Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you guys the Dread Venom Striker, which is one of my favorite looking swords in Spiral Knights. And we'll go ahead and take a closer look at the weapon. And as you can see along the side, it has some really serrated edges. And spiraling up from the blade is like some noxious fumes, probably poisonous. And there's little swirl markings along the blade, so very detailed weapon and it looks great. Now, the Dread Venom Striker's basic attack consists of 5 slashes, and each slash deals 2 hits apiece, so that ends up being 10 hits for a combo. Of course, you can shield cancel. And the sword's charge attack consists of a bunch of swings that you are unable to interrupt. The only way to stop this charge attack is if you're inflicted with a shock status, so you should probably use it pretty sparingly. And now I'll take a look at some of the Dread Venom Striker's stats. So, the Dread Venom Striker deals normal damage to all monsters in Spiral Knights. The sword also has a slight chance of causing strong poison with each hit, and the sword also has an extremely fast attack speed. Now, because this sword deals normal damage, I'm going to cut to the clip where I explain damage in Spiral Knights. Now, as you see on the left, we're dealing those gray damage numbers, and that means that we're dealing horrible damage to the monster, and that means that we're using a weapon that the monster is really resistant against. In the middle, with those blue numbers, that means that we're dealing average damage, which means that we're using a weapon that the monster is kinda neutral towards. And on the right, with those brown numbers, we're dealing great damage, which means that we're using a weapon that the monster is really weak against. Now, because the Dread Venom Striker deals the normal damage type, all monsters will be receiving average damage from it, which means we'll never be able to deal that great damage, but we will never have to worry about dealing the horrible damage either. So it's kind of a give and take thing there. And as a case in point, I'm going to use this Dread Venom Striker against a few giant lichen colonies, and they're in the slime family. And as we can see, we're dealing average damage to them. And now I'm going to be using it against a few chromalisks, which are in the beast family, and the Dread Venom Striker is dealing that blue average damage to these monsters as well. Now, as we all know, Vana's mask can be one of the most annoying encounters in Spiral Knights, mainly because it's resistant to all damage types except for normal damage. And because the Dread Venom Striker deals normal damage, has a slight chance of causing strong poison, and has an extremely high attack speed, it's a great choice for going up against Vana's mask. Now, you could use the Blitz Needle charge attack, which would deal a lot more damage, but the Dread Venom Striker is a much safer alternative in my opinion. Now, if you are interested in getting a Dread Venom Striker, you'll first need to get your hands on a cutter, then you can take your cutter to a striker, then you can take your striker to a Vile Striker, and finally, you can take your Vile Striker to a Dread Venom Striker. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.